Hello, welcome back to Perfume. I'm Emily, and I'm going to start today on a series covering my Armaf collection, starting with the Club de Nuit line. I have 3 of those, and before I get into it though, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. I really appreciate you, appreciate the comments. It's really sweet. I'm sorry I haven't been very active posting lately. I've been dealing with breakup, relationship ending, and all of that. Also, working full-time, job's been a little stressful, so Sundays, you know, I get to the end of the week and sometimes I'm too tired to do YouTube, but I'm going to start getting more regular with it again. So anyway, let's just get started. Oh, one more thing. I had a perfume accident. That was kind of sad. I reached for this in the dark. This is the Dolce & Gabbana, the 1 sample mini, and it shot off. So there's this hole in the top, and luckily only a little bit of it spilled out, but I've got this open perfume thing, and I might have to get the one in a small travel size or something, because I like that perfume, but it's kind of compromised now. Anyway, enough of that. Let's start with the original, the first Armaf that I acquired, which was just hanging out in the mall, and a random salesperson was like, you should try this, and then I sprayed it and I couldn't stop thinking about it. After I left the kiosk, I went to Sephora and was looking at other perfumes, and this one just stood out to me. And I later found out it's a dupe for Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, but I don't think it's that similar. I think this is kind of inspired by, and I actually prefer the Armaf to the Chanel. It's a complex fragrance with rose and in the heart, but in the top it's got orange, grapefruit, bergamot, and peach. So a nice fruity top, but it doesn't scream fruit because it's got a lot of components and it's pretty well balanced between all of them. It's definitely a sweet fragrance, but I don't smell prominent citrus, prominent fruit. It just really blends well with the jasmine and the geranium and the heart. The lychee makes it sweet too. I think that's in the heart, and jasmine. And then in the base, vanilla, patchouli, musk, and vetiver. So it's got, you know, a wide range of different types of notes, from the woodiness in vetiver, vanilla. I mean, it doesn't make any one of the many notes that it has. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It doesn't make any of those 12 notes the star. It really blends them all together nicely and makes it just a warm, sweet, calming, very feminine, slightly floral, but not overly floral, slightly fruity, but not, it doesn't scream fruity floral to me either. It's just it's its own thing. And it's lovely. It's a lovely fragrance. I used to spray this on my bed at night, on my pillow, because that's why I've used a lot. Because it was calming to me, and I wanted to have something nice to smell before I go to sleep. So yeah, that is Club de Nuit by Armaf. And this set that I'm doing, they're all in the same bottle, but they really are very, very different fragrances. The Club de Nuit Intense is not really an intense version of the Club de Nuit at all, on any level. It is got a few overlapping notes. The Club de Nuit Intense, it's got a few overlapping notes, but it is a very different character. The Club de Nuit, the main one, is probably good for, it's good day to night, I would say. You could wear it either in the day or the night. Not here yet. And it's a little bit lighter, so I'd say, you know, spring to fall is probably the best times to wear it. But even in the winter, you just you know, spray maybe another extra spray or 2 and you'd be good. It wouldn't be drowned out by the cold. You wouldn't have to go too crazy with it. So yeah, that's the main Armaf. Now, Club de Nuit Intense, very different. This one is reportedly inspired by Tom Ford Noir de Noir, and I think it is a pretty close dupe for that, actually. I smelled them both and they're not totally the same, but very, very similar. And it's interesting too because they don't have the same notes, so I don't know. Armaf does interesting things. I think, honestly, that a lot of times they're supposedly a clone house or a dupe house, but a lot of times they're really just similar to the fragrances and they improve upon them, I think, in a lot of instances. So I'll prefer the Armaf version to whatever they're trying to duplicate or are inspired by. Club de Nuit Intense is definitely more of a winter, fall, and a nighttime fragrance. It's a little heavier. The notes are on top rose, saffron, and geranium, and it's supposedly a prominently rose fragrance, but it doesn't scream rose to me at all. It's complex. It's got a lot of notes. In the heart, it's got nutmeg, pepper, violet, and caraway, and in the base, it's got patchouli, vanilla, oud, and amber. So it's balancing, again, like the Club de Nuit, it's balancing all of those notes pretty nicely without making any of them super intense, although people say that the rose, the patchouli, and the vanilla, and then the saffron are the 4 most prominent components of this. I've gotten compliments on this. People really seem to like it. It works well with my skin. It's a very interesting, kind of unique fragrance. I know it might be a dupe for a Tom Ford one that costs 6 times as much or more. I think this runs between like $45 and $35, I'm gonna say, and you know, Tom Ford's like $300 or something for those smaller bottles even, I think. So yeah, definitely good value if you like that Tom Ford fragrance and want something similar. It's Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense. And then we've got a new one that I just got recently, which is Club de Nuit Milestone. And this one is very different from either of those two, like night and day, totally not overlapping notes, nothing like that. So this one is definitely more of a spring and summer daytime fragrance. It is, in my opinion, like similar to Eternity for Men by Calvin Klein, or the Chanel Platinum Egoiste that I think is also very similar to that one. But this is marketed to women, and to me, I would say it's definitely unisex, not feminine. Right, you know, dudes or women could wear this. It's not a feminine fragrance or a masculine fragrance. It's right in the middle. But it is very nice, very fresh, very clean smelling. The notes are on top, C notes, red fruits, bergamot. Middle notes of violet, whitewoods, and sandalwood. And then in the base, musk, ambroxan, and vetiver. So I get a lot of the C notes. Some of the woods, it's not overly woody. It's got the ambroxan and musk kind of in the more masculine, I would say they're not masculine flowers, but bergamot and violet, you know, they're not like sweet bomb flowers. It's very nice and light. I wear this a lot recently in the summer and I enjoy it. So those 3 are quite nice. Club de Nuit. Oh, and the longevity. Longevity on this one is pretty good. I'd say about 5 hours, maybe 6. So, you know, respectable. Club de Nuit Intense has got quite good longevity. I would say this would last between 6 and 8 hours. And you don't need to go crazy with it. So really good there. And pretty good for the Club de Nuit as well. I'd give this like 6 hours, probably, maybe 7. And yeah, so good value, good house, good stuff. And I'll see you next time when I continue my series on Armaf. And I hope that you're all doing well. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh wait, could you also subscribe and like this if you haven't? That would be awesome. Thank you.